Taxis in my beautiful home city of Galway are now being driven by sexual predators and opportunists. We have a video here from a beautiful young Irish lady talking about the experiences that she and her friends have had now in Galway with taxi drivers. Of course, there should be heavy regulation with Uber and all these different apps that people use. But of course, people can exploit these and choose to abuse people. Now, this one is going to be crazy. I've heard a few different stories lately about men approaching women late at night, like at 3 a.m., which isn't culturally Irish. Like I said, you know, people should be approaching people and asking them on dates. And absolutely, we should be pushing Irish people to have more kids, but not approaching women late at night in their taxi and at 3 a.m. in a dark alleyway. That's not how you talk to Irish people. Understood? Let's watch this video and see what she says about the craziness that now Galway has developed into, because my friend's dad is a taxi driver, or used to be a taxi driver in Galway 10 years ago. So I have expert analysis on taxi drivers in Galway.
Guys, it's just another Tuesday in Galway City. But seriously, ever since the college students have gone back to college, I've been hearing more and more and more stories about people getting taxis home, and 99% of them negative. Like, one of the girls, Kerry, just posted a story about her trip home from Eyre Square to her house, or to her friend's house in Galway, and it was another almost terrifying taxi story. But seriously, if you have a sister, if you have a niece, if you have a cousin, a daughter attending Galway CE for college for the first time, please alert them to how dangerous getting a taxi alone at nighttime can be. It's just very unfortunate that we're in that situation where we can't even rely on that sort of transport going home. And like, speaking from personal experience, I'd much rather get someone to collect me, get a designated driver, even stay in a hotel in the city overnight rather than getting taxi.
And I just have to say real quick, you know, this is why taxis were always great. Like, you don't want to be a young woman walking home late at night, you know, at 3 a.m., this kind of thing. Like, because walking on your own is dangerous. You're in a transactional position where people can approach you, people can harm you. So you always would get a taxi, okay? The taxi will bring you straight to your door. You're good to go. Like, you know, if you live in Renmore, if you live in Duishka, if you live in Knocknacarra, you can go from Galway City out to these areas. Only costs you a tenner, grand, easy work. But now, rather than walking home might be safer now. Shit. Like, you don't even know. Like, it's crazy because now taxi drivers don't think the people that are supposed to protect you from the outside craziness as you drive by it quickly, 99% of these people are now being unprofessional and kind of creepy and being weird with the people in their taxi.
If you don't know, I posted a video a couple of weeks back with my own personal experience with taxi drivers, and loads of people were commenting their own experiences. I was on Galway Bay FM as well, telling my story, and people were texted into Galway Bay FM, and some of the stories were absolutely even worse than mine, terrifying. But lads, seriously, please be so alert when you're getting a taxi home. Like, there's a taxi check app, there's a check the taxi reg app online. You can use local taxi apps. Just, if you know someone who does taxis, please get them to bring you home. Just don't be getting into literally a stranger's car and relying on them to bring you home safely, because unfortunately that's just not the case in Galway anymore.
Key word there, anymore. That's not the case anymore. 10 years ago, when my friend's dad was a taxi driver, he said, oh yeah, a lot of these foreign taxi drivers are really corrupt. They get their brother to drive when they're sick. It's not regulated. It's very dangerous. You don't know who's driving you home. Could be anybody. Someone that night could be a predator and just stuck an Uber on the side of their car that night and are posing as a taxi driver. You don't know anymore. And this is how things are going now. You know, there's no regulation. There's people flooding into the country. So now you're alone with some random guy from a third world poverty stricken country and he could attack you. You know, these are real dangers that a lot of people don't understand. Like, overseas in the UK, the US, everybody knows about these dangers, but these are new dangers to Irish people. And I'm obviously here to try and wake people up as well. But fair play to this woman. Never seen her before. Obviously, like I said before, you know, she's from Galway. She's, you know, born and bred, that kind of thing. Born and reared. But, you know, like, this is the crazy situation that we have here. Like, you have women now that are coming online. She said 99% of her friends. That's basically all of her friends. And, you know, women, they have loads of friends. So that's shit, half the city probably. Half of Galway City have had negative experiences with taxi drivers. Where's the regulation? You know, where does this sort of heavy regulation come in? Like, you can now get into the country easier than it takes to become a taxi driver. I mean, it's just absurd. Like, everything has been swapped, and it's just crazy. To become a taxi driver, it costs 10,000 to like 50,000 euro. It's quite expensive endeavor to become a professional taxi driver in Ireland. But now it seems to be the profession of people that don't speak English, that don't really integrate with the culture, that don't push culture and heritage in the country. Just from what I've seen. I don't know that for a fact, but from what I've seen, it seems to be different now. The taxi drivers are all from wherever, God knows where. And not that every single person is bad. That cannot be the case. But definitely case by case. If you see someone that's looking dangerous, I advise you women, don't go into the taxi. Do not go into that taxi. If you don't like the way somebody looks in the taxi, and that can be your own prerogative, do not enter that taxi. 100%. Don't take this PC bullshit culture, political correctness, because it's what got that Ukrainian lady in Charlotte, North Carolina, got her killed on the train when she sat behind that crackpot guy. It's what gets people killed. When you don't look at people and you say, okay, this person's dangerous, this person's not dangerous, that's what gets people killed a lot of the time. And obviously you can't be right every time. You can't say this person's dangerous. That's up to you. It's not racist. It's not whatever, phobic. It's nothing. Stay alive, okay? Because, oh, my girlfriends are telling me to do this. No, let your girlfriends do whatever. You take your own taxi home that you feel that looks safe, let's just say. It might also be safer to take the bus now. You know, there's loads of new bus routes in Galway, so take the bus. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world. But also, like, if you don't like the look of someone, don't go in their taxi. That's it, plain and simple. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Oh, that's racist, that's this. No, that's called safety. Don't just do something because it's politically incorrect, okay, or politically correct. That's bullshit. That's how you get killed. Next video we have here is from a lady on a bus finding it strange that Irish people speak Irish in Ireland. Wow! Who would have thought of that concept? I posted a video a few weeks ago. Some two Irish women were given out to, being shouted at by some guy from God knows where, saying that he feels threatened because they're speaking Irish. Lads, to be honest with me, all this hate on the Irish language, it makes me want to learn Irish even more. I'm going to be honest. I might become a Gaeilgeoir. I was in town last Saturday night. I was talking to 4 people, 4 women and 2 other guys. They were fluent. They were teachers in the Connemara, in the Gaeltacht, in Connemara. I was like, oh, I was blown away. I couldn't believe it because my whole life living in Galway, I've never actually met that. I've never met anybody that speaks fluent. Like, I've met a few people, obviously, from the Aran Islands and all that thing. But I've never met anybody from the Connacht, the Gaeltacht region. It's unbelievable. Let's watch this video of this lady finding it weird that Irish people speak Irish in Ireland. Crazy concept. That's like Spanish people speaking Spanish in Spain. That's like Italian people speaking Italian in Italy. Wow, crazy concept.
I was there and she it's like smooching it.
Yeah.
Big Ben. God damn, or something. I don't know, she's just it's accent. It was like I don't know, Frit woke.
Yeah.
It's kind of like.
Well, the other question for it is still like Gullet Martyr, Gullet Dahir.
Really get my shit, but like, so she's like.
Yeah.
But I love it. But the reason why people are getting upset, I think, with that video is because, like, you can hear them speaking about saying they, them pronouns. You can hear them saying, oh, this woke stuff has gone too far. I understood a few English words, but also a few Irish words. I learned Irish for 12 years myself, but you can actually hear them talking shit about the left wing. These left-wing woke lunatics saying that this woke nonsense has gone too far. They, them pronouns. You can hear them talking shit, and it's actually amazing. That's why I think that she was picking up on those certain words. And she was like, why are these... Because, let's be honest, guys, like, if you speak Irish now, you're right-wing. If you have any cultural or heritage tie to Ireland now, if you fly an Irish flag, if you do anything that's Irish in Ireland now, you are a right-wing lunatic. How psychotic is that? Imagine being proud of your own country that I've lived in my whole life and I'm not going anywhere, like I'm here for the rest of my life. Imagine being proud of that country and then being labelled a far-right fascist. Could you imagine? That is what's happening in modern-day Ireland. Disgusting. Disgusting, I tell you. So the last breaking news is massive news from the House Judiciary of the GOP of the USA, the official page. It says, big win for freedom. Google admits censorship under the Biden administration. promises to end bans on YouTube accounts of thousands of Americans censored for political speech. Unbelievable. I love to see it. So today, thanks to the oversight of Chairman Jim Jordan, Google commits to offer all creators previously kicked off YouTube at political speech violations on topics such as the lockdowns and elections an opportunity to return to the platform. Google also admitted the following to the House Judiciary Committee. The Biden administration pressured Google to censor Americans and remove content that did not violate YouTube policies. Wow. The Biden administration's censorship pressure was unacceptable and wrong. Public debate should never come at the expense of relying authorities. The company will never use third-party fact-checkers. Europe's censorship laws target American companies and threaten American speech, including the removal of lawful content. Unbelievable. So absolutely unbelievable. These major admissions come after the Chairman Jordan's subpoena to Google and years of long investigation into the company. Wow. America is just, they're so ahead of everything in terms of the internet stuff. It's amazing. But the reason I talk about this is for my Irish people. Anybody in Ireland that wants to make political videos, please do. Please put your face on camera and react to what's actually happening in the world, okay? Whatever side you're on. I want to see more people in Ireland talking about the atrocities that are happening in this country, okay? Because we have freedom of speech in this country, and I want to change the entire landslide of Ireland by changing the culture of the country to make internet culture and speaking on camera about these issues more prominent, okay? More prominent. I want more people in Ireland speaking about the atrocities and the left-wing woke agendas that are being pushed on us and the crazy stuff that is being forced on the Irish public. I love you all. If you want to support me, hit the join link underneath the video. Become a member for just €3 per month. Can help support me push back against the mainstream media psychopaths, because the mainstream media is dead, as you guys can see right here. Hope you all enjoyed watching that video, and I'll see you all in the next one, lads. Peace.